All right, so what was attending the Skip Barber School like?
Oh, that was a dream. I used that to earn my racing license to enable me to actually race cars. But what was cool was I did that, the Skip Barber Racing School. I did that at Laguna Seca, which is a pretty iconic
Nice,
track.
great track.
I grew up, driving games and simulators. IndyCar racing too was like a big one for me. And so, having driven so many sim laps at Laguna and having visited so many races when I was a kid, like seeing Champ Car out there, ALMS or American Le Mans Series when it was around, going to the historics. So, getting to attend Skip Barber, and I remember just like that first time in the van with the entire class in there, just doing the demo lap with the instructor driving. It was just like, oh man, like I'm here. I'm on the racing surface rather than just like watching on TV or playing a game. And so for that, I did the 3 day school, which was what was needed to earn my license. It was intimidating. It was my first time having a car on track as opposed to a go-kart. But the instructors were top notch. They very gradually stepped us up into it, which was really good. Because if they just threw us in and told us to turn laps, that would have been messy. But they were really good about holding our hands all along the way and teaching us. So it was a surreal experience that just kind of made me feel for the first time like, wow, I'm doing something big here that I'm just lucky to be able to do.
Yeah, I
And
know what you
side note,
mean.
Yeah.
the
I
Skip Barber Racing School has also acquired the SRX series that Tony Stewart was running, so they're going to start that back up.
Saw that was awesome. Yeah, Skip Barber had a little bit of a you know lesser period there for a couple of years ago, but they're coming back in full force by the looks of it, and it's cool seeing their name kind of elevating back up to the status that I think that they deserve to have again.
So that comes to my next question, which is when did you win your first race after Skip Barber?
Oh, after Skip Barber, that may have been. What's weird with the championships that I took in the Formula Car Challenge Series, there weren't that many wins. It was a lot of podiums, which is one reason. I don't know. For me, wins are awesome, but a championship is kind of like the culmination of a year-long effort. So I remember the championships, the wins not as much because I think my first win may have been like an SCCA club race or something like that, which was a regional event, sometimes kind of a mix of cars. So sometimes it's just like similar power to weight ratio, but still open wheel formula cars and everything. And it's cool to get those wins, but for me, it's kind of like a win is for that weekend only, but like a season championship is a full year. And so it's kind of cool the game that you kind of play where you work throughout an entire year doing as well as you can and do well consistently is the thing. Because some people can have a strong track where, yeah, they win here, but they fall way back at another track. People have good weekends, people have bad weekends. And so to be able to add up to a consistently good season where every race is a good one. That's the big thing for me. So first win, I honestly don't remember. Like my first big result, I think was a second place finish way back in go-karts that I recall. Like that's my first like success that I can think of. That I was like, oh, this is cool. I'm doing well. This is when things are starting to click. But funny enough, my first win, go-karts or cars, I actually don't remember the first.